All right, hey everybody, we're back with another news feed article here for you kind of deal. And starting this one off here, just so you know too, any of these can be found, just type in the author like Ford Authority and then just type in any of these keywords, it'll pull the article right up for you. Also remember, I post videos every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, depending on the mood I'm in. And there's great links to stuff in the description below. But we're going to start this off. This is not the one that the thumbnail was about, but this is interesting. We do have a 2024 Shelby F-150 is out now, and it is a Raptor alternative. This thing is a beast. You can look it up if you want to. This thing is going to, basically what they're doing is they're putting a 5-liter in it, and they're giving it the Shelby treatment. With the 5-liter Coyote, but you can get, it's going to be on 35-inch tires, 22-inch wheels. It's got the custom interior for Shelby. It's got all the works, the details, all the little hints of everything. And you can choose to leave the factory 5-liter V8 Coyote stock or opt for a supercharger system with carbon fiber air intake, bigger fuel injectors, and a Borla catback exhaust, which fits or lifts the output all the way up to 785 horsepower, more than a Raptor R has. This thing's a beast, and only 800 of these pickups are slated to be built for the U.S. market. Can be purchased through authorized distributors. The Ford Shelby F-150 starts out at $130 for the naturally aspirated version, or $140 for the supercharged variant. That's not a bad. I mean, 10 grand more. For that supercharged 785 horsepower. That's not too bad, especially when you look at the prices of a Raptor R today. This is kind of a more one-of-a-kind, more specialized. It's going to have more resale value. It's going to have more. It's not a bad way to go if you're into those super truck kind of things. So kind of interesting to have this. Might be something you're interested in or worthwhile, but definitely a very unique-looking F-150 and very cool accents, very cool interior, and a lot of power. And priced, again, when you look at the cost of a Raptor R, not too unridiculous in here for what you're getting there. So kind of cool. Moving on from there, right here, we know that, and we'll dive more into this, but it says Ram named number 1 in J.D. Power's 2024 initial quality study. That's great, cool. You know, well done, Ram, and I don't doubt it. Ram is phenomenal. I know some people are like, it's Stellantis. It's still Jeep and Ram fight really hard to not be part of the Stellantis thing, and they do a pretty good job of it still right now. And Ram builds some of the most nice and most luxe interiors and quality. Ram does a phenomenal job, but we are not going to waste time on this. But it did make me curious what the list actually is. So what does J.D. Power, not that I put much stake in any of these, including J.D. Power, but what did they rank as their, what are their initial quality studies go to? So I clicked on it, brought it up. Here it is. It's got a lot of BS random stuff in here that I don't care about. But it says right here, we click on this dude. Come on, pop up. Why are you not popping up? Really, why are you not popping up? Why am I not getting this? Apparently it's not popping up, but you can see it on here. JD quality study, initial quality study, Ram had 149. Porsche had 172. They kind of go down a list on here. Sorry, this should have been something that could pop up. Maybe it's because this is still active. You see now. No, I don't understand why it's not. And like I said, typical JD Power stuff. But at any rate, it is what it is. You can see it on here, ranking from lowest number being the best to the other ones on here. And you can see them if you want to check them out, okay? They're there for you, and you can also go read the article. Like I said, I don't put much stake in J.D. Power or any of this kind of stuff on there, what they're talking about or what they're doing, but the information is here for you right there if you want to see it. Now, the other one here, this is the one we're actually making this article about here. So Ford Ranger Superduty trademark filing could hint at a more capable compact truck. Now, this will not start off here, but it very well, like the Ranger itself, which was actually built 3 years prior in overseas and then brought over here later on, this could be something that I find is very interesting. Ford currently uses the Super Duty name for biggest trucks in North America. The workhorses, the 25 or the 250, 350, 450, 550, those are all called Super Duties. Okay, a Super Duty Ranger would have a tremendous amount of potential. Small enough to get into places, especially when you're working in cities and things like that. Could you imagine a Ranger with a massive payload, doubling the payload, making the payload something like 2,500 or 3,000 pound payload capacity on this. Yeah, it would be a stiffer ride. It would be a work type truck, but you could imagine it as a work trim, something very affordable, has massive payload capacity. Not only could that be a huge advantage for working people, but imagine the Overlander and things like that you could build. If you could get a Ranger XL in a FX4 package with a Superduty version where you could actually have the rear locker, you could have the stuff that you need in there. You could also, even a Sport would give you a rear locker, but you could have that, the rooftop tents, the fridges, all the accessories, everything you want, and have the payload to be able to pull it off. Where, think about it, I mean, the new Tacoma, you only get like 1,100 pounds of payload. Imagine a Ranger, something in the 2,500 pound range of payload would be absolutely amazing. And I think that's kind of what they're talking about doing here. Ford trademarked the Ranger Superduty name at the Intellectual Property Office of the Philippines. Could also mean that they're just going to try and build a work truck for them. But again, there's a good chance if they put it somewhere else, it comes here. The Raptor went there first. Then we got the Ranger Raptor. The Raptor Tremor, I don't remember if that went overseas first and then came back. But point being, Ford is pretty good at making sure they're getting the most out of their vehicles. And so they very well, I mean, and the market here in the U.S. is huge for it, way bigger than the Philippines. But if they're going to offer this there, it could very well come here too. They don't give you any more specs yet. We don't know what they're planning. We don't know what their idea is. We don't know anything. Tells you that the Ranger came out, debuted, whatever word is, but it came out in November 2021 with the U.S. spec equivalent arriving in 2024. Okay, so we see the midsize is available in various trims, including the rugged Raptor, the luxuriously platinum, the wide body MSRT. We got all these things happening. I would be really cool to see a Ranger version of a Super Duty. Will we get it? We don't know, but hopefully that would be a pretty sweet something. I hope Ford keeps the U.S. in mind if they go to build that, because a compact, a small mid-sized truck with massive capabilities would be just incredible for the workforce and for the overlanding community. So we'll see what they do. Thanks for watching.